Welcome to my channel. Using this sloper which I created in my previous video, I'm going to show you how you can transfer that by pivoting it around the sloper. These are examples of ways you can transfer your darts around the sloper. For this, I'll be joining the two waist darts. So at the end, I'll have one waist dart and one armhole dart. I'll be using a pin, which I'll place right here at the bust point, so that I'll easily rotate the sloper around the pattern paper. So this pin will keep the sloper in place while I rotate the sloper around the pattern paper. So starting from this point, I'm going to trace out the sloper to hit this center front, to the neckline, the shoulder line, down to the armhole. And since I'm not transferring the armhole dart, I'm still going to trace it out. Continue down to the edge of the sloper, and from here I'm going inwards, and I'll stop right here. Now I'm going to pivot it to the second dart leg, which you can see. Now since there's a gap right here, I'm going to rule a straight line connecting these 2 points, and I'll continue to the second dart leg of the first dart where we started earlier. I'm going to locate the puncture hole and circle it. This will serve as the bust point. Then I'll use a ruler to connect this point to this point. So I'm going to erase this line. Now from the bust point, I'm going down by 2 cm. Then I'll locate the midpoint between these two new dart legs, which is not really necessary. Then I'll connect that point to the bust point across the mark we just made. Then I'll draw the new dart legs. I'm going to trace out this. I'm going to rule out these lines once more with a marker so that the lines will be more visible to you. I've retraced the lines and I hope it's a bit visible to you. So now I'm going to draw the armhole dart once again. Then I'll use a marker again to draw the lines. So now instead of two waist darts, we have one. Just like before, I'm going to place the pin right here at the bust point. Then locating the mid shoulder, I'll place the mark right here. I'll trace out the sloper from this mid shoulder down to the neckline. Continue downwards to the edge of the center front. I'll continue again, join the two waist darts, which I'll come back to later on. Then I'll continue from this edge upwards to the armhole. I'll stop right here at the first armhole dart leg, pivot it to the second one, and continue to trace out the sloper back to the midpoint of the shoulder. So now I'm just going to repeat what I did in the previous dart transfer. I'm going to join the two waist darts to form one single waist dart. I'm circling the bust point, and I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down by 2 cm, then I roll the dart legs for the waist dart. Now from the bust point, I'm going to go up by an inch. And from this point, I'm going to connect the shoulder dart. I'm still going to retrace these lines with a marker for more visibility. As you can see, we have one waist dart and one shoulder dart. The armhole is totally closed. There's no dart there anymore. We've transferred the armhole dart to the shoulder. This one, I'm transferring the armhole dart to the tip of the shoulder, or the tip of the neckline, the beginning of the neckline. So I'm going to place my mark right here, and I'll start to trace out the sloper around the neckline down to the edge of the front of the center front, and I'll continue inwards and join the two waist darts. I'm continuing upwards from this edge to the armhole, and just like before, I'm going to stop at the armhole dart, pivot it to the second leg, continue upwards again, and back to the starting point. I'm going up by an inch, and I'll connect this point to the new shoulder dart. Going up by 2 cm. Then I'll connect the dart legs for the waist dart. So as you can see, I've ended up with the dart at the shoulder tip and one waist dart. Here I'm transferring the armhole dart to the center of the neckline, and I'm tracing it from here to the mid neckline. Then I'll join the waist dart like before. continue upwards to the armhole. I'll stop right here, pivot, and continue upwards. Trace out the shoulder line, and then back to our starting point, which is the mid neckline. Just so you're not confused, you can start from the mid neckline, trace it down to the edge of the center front, join the two waist darts, continue again upwards to the armhole, pivot it like I did, continue to the shoulder and back to the midpoint of the neckline. Just like before, I'm going up again by an inch and down by 2 cm. So here I will join the new dart legs to this point I just marked. For this one, I'll be transferring the armhole to the mid-center front. I'll place my mark right here at the mid-center front. Trace out the sloper to the edge of the center front. Then join the waist dart. Continue again upwards to the armhole. Now stop here, pivot, continue again. Going to continue to the starting point, which is the center front mid point. Just going to repeat our previous steps. Circle here, go down by 2 cm, go in by an inch, and connect the dart legs to this point. Change, I'm going to transfer the two waist darts to form a French dart. I'm marking the French dart point right here. I'm going up by 2.5 cm. Then I'll transfer the armhole dart to the mid shoulder. So starting from this point, I'm going to stop here. This point is important. You can place a mark right here. I'll continue again downwards and pivot it, continue to the French dart point. Now stop here, place the sloper back to its original position, continue again from that point, the French dart point upwards to the armhole. Then, like before, I'll stop here, pivot, continue again to the mid shoulder. I'll place the slipper back to its original position. Continue to trace it out to the neckline and back to my starting point. That's the mid shoulder. So that point I told you was important. I'm going to rule a line from there to the edge of the slipper. I'm going in by an inch. Now join the two dart legs to this point, forming the French dart. Now going up by an inch. Place join the two shoulder darts to this point. So this is a bit different. Instead of a waist dart and an armhole dart, we now have a French dart and a shoulder dart. Now for this one, I'm transferring all the darts to this tip of the neckline. I'm tracing it like this. I'll close here. I'll close the two waist darts. Continue to the armhole. Stop right here. Pivot. Continue again. Trace out the shoulder back to where I started. So this is a bit different from others. I have just one dart right now rather than two different darts. I ended up with a single dart at the tip of the neckline. This method comes handy in cases of adding fullness to the neckline. With this, you can easily add fullness to the neckline of a garment. Just like before, I'm going to transfer all the darts to this point, the mid shoulder. Now from here, I'm tracing out the sloper down to the edge of the center front. I'm going to close in the waist darts. I'll continue again upwards to the armhole. Close the armhole dart. Trace out the shoulder to the midpoint. As you can see, I've ended up with a single dart at the shoulder. So with a bodice looper, your choices of transfer are unlimited. You can transfer it to anywhere at all. So check out my previous video to see how I made my own looper. Please like, share and subscribe. Remember to leave your questions, comments and suggestions down below. See you in my next one.